Cryptoslo, cryptocurrency news and investing.
Cryptoslo with more crypto gains. What's going on, guys? So there it is, Ethereum blasting over that 1500. That is what we were waiting for. Broke that all-time high. I saw prices as high as 1540. So that was pretty awesome. So what's next for Ethereum? We really talked about this. I did one of my earlier videos that if it can close above that 1500, we're likely to see 1800 to 2200 in that range. So that is pretty awesome. In other news, I did go back into the balancer pools. So I tracked it. I pulled out of the 333 balancer pool for a while, but honestly, because I was getting shooken out with balancer dips, and let me pull this up real quick and I'll show you. But the APY on the balancer pool is just totally killing it. And ultimately, outside of speculation of coin prices, don't want to forget that passive income is king in all of these. I'll let that load up here for a second. Let me see. I think I might have it bookmarked as well. Okay, over on pools.vision, I did learn something very important when you're sorting on this. And you can do sort by BAL APY. Okay, so a lot of these pools actually take into consideration price appreciation, and this kind of skews your APYs into thinking a pool is better than what it appears to actually be. But when you do it by BAL APY and total APY, you'll see that the 333 pool is performing very well. Let that sort happen. There we go. So now we're sorted by balancer APY. And where is Mr. 333? So there's Mr. 333, 88%, which basically equivalates into, let's see, divided by 52, 1.69, divided by 7. Well, actually 1.69. So if you put 10K in, okay, 0.0169, your yield is going to be $169. If you put 100K in, you're sitting at $1,600 a week for 100K. So, I'm going to actually have a very detailed spreadsheet on this that I'm going to track prices and permanent loss and everything. So I'm going to buckle down on this, but I'm just letting you guys know I was in the WBTC ETH pool, but I moved back to the 333 pool. Liquidity is almost 3 million now, and it's doing quite well. Trading fees are pretty solid, and yes, there could be impermanent loss, but the APY is just killing it. And the hardest part about this pool is holding a big amount of balancer, but this whole ecosystem is based on balancer. And when WETH and WBTC pump either or, it pumps balancer. Okay, where it gets a little tricky sometimes is if BAL dips and it gobbles up some of your WETH and your ETH, but you can't get distracted by the yield because the yield is good. Now on to other news. I'm going to talk a little Pancake. What is Pancake doing? All right, Pancake is on a dip. Now, this thing has had a massive run up. I got in at $1.15. I will disclose I was up 100%, and I only owned it for like less than a week. So I did sell and locked in gains, and I moved it over to BNB for the time being. So more specifically, I'll show you what I'm looking for. The MACD's got bearish divergence. RSI is kind of saying it's oversold, but that's on the hourly. I don't want to get greedy. And like I said, when I released that video, if you got in when I got in, You've made massive gains. Even if you sold today at 225, I think I sold at like 230. I didn't sell the top, but I really don't care. I doubled my money in a week, and you know how I am about trades. I'll put a little in, and if it goes well, but I'm going to mitigate possible losses. Now let's look at what we were talking about. Okay, so looking more specifically at Pancake, we've got these fib levels, okay, and they show the rocket ship and they show it taking off to another planet. Here's the problem. We really need to get that close at that 250 range. Otherwise, this could roll over, and it could roll over hard. Pancake's a fantastic platform, but that next fib level is down at $1.50. So I mean, that's like totally erases my gains, and I'm like I always tell you, slow accumulation, and this was fast accumulation, so I'm not going to get greedy. Now, that being said, if this thing rolls over down to that $1.50, $1.60 range, I will definitely reaccumulate. And with today's ETH run, a lot of people are probably ETH crazy and going, "Oh no, Binance Chain," you know. But back to talking about ETH. ETH is still expensive. I mean, I'm sure if I tried, let's go over to Uniswap. I bet you the gas is absurd right now. So let's see if I got a little ETH in my pocket here. I got a little ETH. Let's just see if I wanted to buy some DAI. So we'll do 0.05. Okay, 75 bucks. Swap. Let's see what the gas. This is ridiculous, I bet. $38. So if I go fast, it's almost $70. $70 to get $75. So that is a problem with ETH. When things are popping, the gas fees are stupid expensive. And actually, on that note, I was going to check on that Chi gas token, see where that's going. I'll tell you what, I've missed the trade. I've missed this trade a few times actually, but I'm telling you, man, I want to get set up on this because this Chi gas token, it cycles and there's not a ton of volume, but it's definitely gone up. I had the chance to get it at like $1.60 and I didn't, just because I was trying to stay core to my core holdings. But keep an eye on that Chi gas token. It's high right now, but just like, okay. So moving on to Bitcoin. Bitcoin 35.7, as we've talked about. Really what we need this week is we need that close above 35. If we're going to see some further action. There is a lot of FUD with some of the other people's talking about the F2 pool dumping on everybody. And that was pretty crazy. F2 pool is one of the bigger mining groups, and basically they sold at the 40K range and they were selling like 10,000 Bitcoin a day. So something like that can almost flip the entire market. But I'll give a counterpoint to that. With decentralized finance and such, we could see, I would love to see some decoupling of Bitcoin dominance. And as you can see, we've dropped. It was at 70%. Now we're sitting down at like 61%. So, Bitcoin. But we need to break out of these Bollinger Bands and go to that next level. And as I talked about in my next video, if we can do that, I do think we're going to see like 52K or something ridiculous. It's just going to blast off on into the next thing. In other news, let's see, Oikos.cash. So Oikos, tons of things to talk about with Oikos. Hold on a second here. The stupid Telegram blowing me up, man. There has been a lot of news. I guess there were people that were front running people's trades in the exchange. And I guess there's all kinds of news coming back to the Oikos network. Some of that being that they're actually going to give a distribution to everybody that has been staked or has a good, is a good actor in the system. So I went ahead and restaked my coins. If you followed me in my Telegram, you heard that you could have paid off your SUSD for 1/3 of the price, and I did do that. And actually, I got some cents. What did I do? I bought some ETH. So I am back in on the trades here with the network. And let's see, synthetic ETH. So the big core problem on Oikos was the system just got jacked up. All the pegs were lost, and basically this thing just turned into nuclear winter. And if you were trapped in one of the liquidity pools getting rewards, your SUSD was just totally jacked. So, but supposedly, like I said, there's going to be a new release of this and other news, and basically updates to the system. So all I want to see, if Oikos could get their pegs back, and SUSD is worth $1, get some liquidity, and TXs go through the first time. TXs need to go through 99.99% of the time. That's one of the core problems on Oikos, is most people are not going to have the patience to run a transaction 5 times, to get this. And then I also heard that they were going to possibly be auctioning off some coins. So I don't know. We'll see. Lots of news coming out of this, but I like to see action. If this thing starts to pick up again, I'll definitely give it a little more coverage. I might even I originally was going to try to get 1 million coins on this platform, but I had like 450,000, and I sold while it was up higher, and I kind of exited the pools and stuff, and I could just sense instability in the system, and that's why I exited. And then the debt was just skyrocketing, so I exited the system completely. So, but hopefully there's some updates coming with this, and they can get back on track, because once again, it has a lot of potential. Synthetic assets are very big on Tron, and it also legitimizes Tron quite a bit, outside of the casinos and schemes and scams that are appearing daily. So yeah, so that's it. In other news, the last bit, I will be opening up a members section on my YouTube channel. Now, what is that going to get you? That is going to get you more inside information specifically of things that I'm doing. It'll be a playlist, and I will post at the start at least 1 video a week, and that might be that would include things that happened during the week, and then also plans for my upcoming week on positions that I may take, farms, etc., or whatever's going on. So that is going to be like the inside scoop. So I will be creating this members section very soon, and I'll do an exclusive video launch on that as well. And I'm over 12K now. Again, I appreciate you guys being part of the Cryptoslo community, and I'm just hoping everyone's making those gains. I've tried to set these things up with all the latest greatest. I got Cryptocurrency 101, Binance Smart Chain playlist, Ethereum tutorials, Tron tutorials, synthetics tutorials. Crypto with me continues to evolve, and that's for noobs to try to understand the space. My OG crypto wisdom, as always, and my vlogs, my car. You guys seem to like my car videos, so I continue to make those in this pandemic. But again, fantastic things happening in the crypto space, and we'll see where this all goes. Like, subscribe, and as always, this is Cryptoslo. If you're not talking gains, then we're not talking.